Hello everyone, my name is Taylor.
And I am Ray. And you are watching a game about the lone survivor of the Blue Man Group, yes.
That's Peyton.
And this is a game about a very sad vampire who's also very angry at his dad. Kain is not Raziel's dad, yes. Kain doesn't understand Raziel. Lots of people don't understand me, yes. It doesn't mean everyone is my papa. It takes a village to raise a child, Peyton. Maybe everybody doesn't understand you because they're your father at heart. Well then how come they didn't send me the birthday gifts, yes? Because you're really hard to shop for. What do you want for Christmas? I don't know, like, expensive. I am an adult, I buy things for myself, yes. Well then you are getting socks.
I could actually use some socks, if you're buying socks.
You guys are terrible. Just give me money, yes. You know what would be fun though? If it turned out that Kain actually was Raziel's father. This story never got completed, so it's always a possibility.
Wouldn't that be... I don't know, is that a line too far?
No, because when you're going crazy, the catch is to just embrace how crazy you're getting. Like, imagine Kain goes back, and he sleeps with Raziel's mom, and then Raziel escapes from the Reaver, and everything is just getting really confusing because all the time loops and stuff like that, and then Kain meets Raziel again, and he gets down on one knee, and he's like, Raziel, I'm your dad! And Raziel just, like, punts him to the moon.
Just like, everything about you, Raziel, revolves around me, Kain. Everything.
Ah, man. No, yeah, it would be so fitting. Like, just, Raziel cannot escape Kain. Not in any capacity. You know what I would want to see? Yes. It's just more things validating the importance of Kain. Oh, gosh. Like, what if Kain went to the future, and he was the prophesied hero of an event in the future?
Multiple timelines of Kain deification.
You see? You go all the way, you just go full tilt on this stuff, and it's perfect.
No, wait, I got it. Kain and Raziel, family holiday dinner.
He's just sitting around the table with, like, his brother. They had to go back in time to find the brothers before he killed them, and Kain is sitting there, and it's like, yeah... No, it turns out Kain is my dad.
They have to collect his mom, too, sit her down at the table, yeah. So this is what I do, for a living. This is what your son became. I led him into the path of the vampire, It's a good profession. Good profession.
Kain asks to pass the knife. Raziel throws the knife at Kain. Mom runs off crying. No one can agree whose fault it is. Kain thinks it's Raziel's fault. Raziel thinks it's Kain's fault.
Zaphon gets up, tells everyone it's all their fault. Everyone gangs up on Zaphon.
And then, like, Zaphon, he tries to think of himself as, like, I don't know, the family savior. Like, oh, I take the beating so the family can get together. But he didn't really solve anything. He evolved his legs away, yes. He's stuck to the ceiling. They have to go to the cathedral every holiday because he can't leave.
Man, I wasn't thinking about them in their evolved vampire form. So Mom is now looking at, like, giant spiders and, like, rivermen and, like Raziel's blue and has his wings all torn out. And they're just like, no, yeah, this is for the best.
I didn't bring you into the world to become a blue vampire with no internal organs. Do you think it was hard to have war meetings after Zaphon evolved his legs away? Yes. Did he keep it a secret for a while? Oh yeah, like he kept sending a guy to be like, no, Zaphon is sick. He can't come in right now. And pretty soon everyone just figured out he was stuck to the cathedral ceiling.
Okay, we need to explain this for people who missed past episodes or who aren't familiar with the lore of Legacy of Kain.
Alright, yeah. Okay, so the thing is, all the vampires connected to Kain, Raziel, and all his brothers, when they went to sleep, they would evolve. And they gradually evolved into more and more monstrous forms. One of Raziel's brothers, Zaphon, evolved into a giant spider that was permanently stuck to the ceiling and could not go anywhere. It was the funniest evolution in the entire game, yes. Yeah, everybody else was still mobile. Like, the weakest of Raziel's brothers was able to get around. He was a mound of corpses all sewn together, all creepy-like, but Zaphon was stuck to the ceiling. We are in the foyer again, yes! Yep, that's another counter for the foyer.
Go away! You have had too much to drink. Please leave Vordor's mansion.
I really like that theory, but actually I think that they locked the front door too. But anyway though, this is the part of the game where I got trapped forever. I killed the last statue and the doors did not open.
Realistically, that only makes Vordor the smartest of all your enemies.
Yeah, by not opening the door and letting me proceed, I was successfully subdued.
How many video game heroes do you think could be stopped by just closing doors? Because I feel like there are a lot of games that just stop you by closing a door.
Well, if you want to get really into the meta, basically every game could stop you by just not having exits or a way to proceed.
No, like, specifically using the mechanic where someone throws up a gate or obstructs your path and you can't move on until you defeat everybody.
Well, that's a little more obscure. I don't know how many games still tend to do that. There is lots of games where you have to kill the boss to open the door, yes. Was just checking those paintings there. I remember one of them was breakable in the PS2 version. But anyway though, yeah, that is an interesting convention too. Cause like, the doors are totally indestructible, but the bosses are made out of, I don't know, like, godlike stuff. So theoretically, if they just didn't have the boss in there with the key, you could never get through the door.
Well, what would take more of a beating, the door or the boss? Because that's the weird part, isn't it? Like, the door is made out of common steel, but the boss might be anything from an ancient dragon to a giant robot. What if you didn't kill the boss and instead just went to battle with the door, and then just had a few rounds where you attack the door with all your magic spells?
It makes more sense when the boss is the monster that makes the doorway. Like, when we run into those guys and they make that clearly magical wall, and you have to kill them because they're the ones making the wall. But this is just weird. This is like Vorador is clearly trying to trap us, but he just lets the doors come back up when his statues die.
Maybe it's a cost-saving maneuver. Vorador figures if you can kill the statues, you can probably break the doors down, so we may as well raise the doors so you don't cause any more damage than you already did.
Maybe it is a failsafe, yes. Vorador sometimes wanders around his mansion and accidentally sets off the traps. He wouldn't want to be trapped in his own doors forever, yes. You think the statues ever come awake at night and tromp around, disrupt his sleep? It appeared that shirts and pants were optional in battles between the ancient race and their foes, and here were gargoyles of those old enemies, vomiting water perpetually. On their backsides were holes drilled to accommodate a cylindrical object at about waist height. I could only guess at their intended purpose.
Maybe just a lock or a password, said Vorador.
No, said the ancient race. No, you get these spears, right? And you stab them into these things, and then instead of vomiting up water, blood comes out. Ah! Look at that. It's coming out the crotch, yes. They pee blood. This is the puzzle door key that everyone has been waiting for.
Now I'm just imagining an ancient vampire in a checkered suit, slick back hair. No, listen babe. You're a vampire, see? It's all about aesthetic. You gotta have this bleeding statue thing going on. Trust me, all the girls just love it.
Vampire Door magazine said that this was the thing this year. Bleeding statues.
What's the cost? Oh, that's the beauty of it, babe. 0 vampire dollars down, so long as you pledge yourself to an eternal servitude towards our weird religion.
So affordable, yes.
Yeah, that cheap.
You're gonna be the life of the party, man. This is so much better than the golden eyeballs that kill all your party guests at the party. Way better party starter.
Yeah, vampires drink blood. They get incinerated by golden eyeballs, but you can actually have friends over.
Oh, speaking of, aside from our devotion thing, you also have to sign this contract. It's a liability waiver. I mean, I'm sure it's not gonna come up, but, company practice, standard thing.
And if you really want, we can throw in the insurance package. That'll insure you against the Chosen One when he comes to your house and opens all these doors, because, I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna cause some things to break, permanently.
Yeah, one-time use, most of these doors. You know, they get unlocked once, you can never unlock them again.
But it's kind of like opening a gift, that makes it exciting. That's part of the charm.
So, yeah, we stabbed 2 statues. There's 2 doors. I'm trying to remember now what happens next. I guess backtracking, I think.
Oh, good. That was probably a real big part of the sales pitch. Yeah, no, it'll open up other parts of the house. Like, stabbing 2 of the statues won't actually open the door. What it'll do is it'll let you get around to more places so you can find the 3rd spear.
Kids love it. Like, oh man, if you've got nephews, nieces, no, because you're a vampire? Okay, well, if you had nephews or nieces, or if our race could still reproduce, you could look forward to them having hours of fun trying to figure out how to get out of this hallway. I imagine this guy's still wearing the toga, yes, but with the checkered suit over it. Stabbing those statues had apparently caused structural damage to certain walls. Not enough to knock them down, just enough to crack them so that I could knock them down if I wanted to exert myself.
It's amazing. Nothing is convenient. It actually defies every possible reason someone would build and live in a home.
No, I really, Vorador could live in a cave, and it would be less of a hassle for Raziel.
Would probably be less of a hassle for Vorador.
It wouldn't look as good, though. The homeowners association would complain. They'd say, where's all the puzzles? How do I respect somebody if he doesn't have an entire room full of puzzles?
I do really like the idea, though, of those golden eyeballs being a fad that went around for a while. They put them in every temple, and Janos had them in his room, like, in his house.
Yeah, those were obviously the thing for a while, but we haven't seen a single one of those since we started this game. So after those temples were built and a bunch of vampires died, whoever was in charge of making those things, they probably got sued out of existence.
Okay, again, for those who didn't watch the previous Let's Play of Soul Reaver 2, in that game, there were a bunch of golden eyeballs that, if you walked within range of them, they vaporized you instantly. And not just Raziel, any living creature that walked in their range.
Yeah, and Raziel's mentor, or supposed mentor, Janos, had a house that just had these golden eyeballs, like, just out there. So as Raziel is running around the house, he is just occasionally getting vaporized, yes. So, okay, there's probably a clue for what I'm supposed to do with these pillars, but I want to go to the water temple, because I think that's what I need, and these pillars will not send me to the water temple. Tried Earth Temple? I think this is Earth? Still getting nothing. It's the mural, Ray! Yes, you organized them in the arrangement of the mural.
Yeah, this is obviously Skyrim logic.
I never understand what is the point of these puzzles. Like, the answer to the puzzle is there on the wall. Why even have the puzzle?
Well, you're interacting with the game and solving problems, and you can feel smart.
Again, just this so much money wasted on Vorador's behalf, though. Do you remember when you were 6 years old? Yes. And you tried to solve puzzles like this and you would just be confused? Yeah, I remember giving up, because when I was 6, we didn't have, like, very much on the internet to tell you what to do. You had to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah, nowadays I guess kids just go online and they find the answer.
Everything delivered on a silver platter for kids these days, my goodness, in my day. Well, I had this giant novelty coin thing. You know, when I was a kid, it was hard to have the color purple, because you had to squeeze it out of a mollusk.
Times have surely changed.
It's kind of neat sometimes, you know, growing up and then talking to a later generation about dial-up or how things used to be. And the thing is, I feel like stuff moves so fast now, you don't necessarily have to be old to get in that state. There was a time, yes, when Google did not own the internet. Yeah, I grew up in a time when I could have invested into Google and I could be rich right now.
You were not old enough to invest in Google when that was a thing.
Well, I didn't, like, have very much money, but $50 in maybe could have come out to be like $1,000 or something.
I think you have to hire a broker for that, and you have to be an adult to hire a broker.
Do you? I've never really looked into it.
Yeah, me either, but I just assume.
Well, the giant novelty coin apparently went here, but I still needed some kind of triangle thing. But anyway though, speaking of Google, last video we asked for likes and comments, and we got like a ton of likes and a ton of comments. So thank you everybody who played along with us and went ahead and did that. It turns out that yes, word on the street is that YouTube has gone back to heavily favoring comments and likes. But I think that they're still favoring post frequency and length, and oh my gosh, what is this guy doing? He's trying to psych you out, Ray, yes, don't fall for it. Well, I mean, if he wanted to stay in the floor, I would just let him live in peace.
Okay, so anyway, length and frequency, and also now likes and subscribes.
Yeah, and if you check the stats on stuff like Game Grumps, for example, they think that this recent change is maybe a big reason why they've been losing viewership. They've lost like 20 million views, and maybe that's not gonna be a sustained thing. They might write themselves, but it's been a big deal.
So like and subscribe, we guess.
Sorry, just like and leave a comment. Right now, go ahead and just hit the like button because we're getting to the end of the video. And then leave a comment. Today, guys, sometimes I wake up and suppose that you were gonna cook breakfast for yourself and somebody else, like you woke up early in the morning and you're tired because it's like 5 a.m. or whatever. What do you cook? Like, what's a good breakfast food? If you have an idea, leave a comment. Otherwise, just post what you would eat for a cereal.
Okay, so not subscriptions?
Well, people should subscribe, I guess, if they want to. But YouTube has gotten weird, and now they sort of unsubscribe people, or they don't notify you of things. I don't know if that would be part of their metrics or not. No one seems to know what YouTube is doing anymore, so... Bottom line, the important thing, I think, is that those of you guys who are watching are having a good time and a laugh. If we can't win by the normal rules, then we make our own win condition, yes! Yeah, we change the rules and say we won because last place was best.
I believe that philosophy is called sour grapes.
Sour grapes make for excellent wine.
And that's called alcoholism, Ray.
Well, lucky for me, I'm a happy drunk, so everything works out, Taylor.
You are a snuggly drunk.
I'm a snuggle drunk. Ray is the type, when she has too much to drink, she stumbles around the party telling everyone compliments, yes.
Very loudly, we should add.
Volume control is optional when you're having a good time.
I think it still sends the wrong message, though, if you give someone a lot of compliments and then pass out in their lap.
No, it tells them I'm drunk and then I fall asleep. It tells people they are sexy, yes. I guess also that, and that is okay, because people are sexy. And anyway, here looks like a good place to stop for now. Thanks for playing with us, everybody. And hey, all you sexy people, the best way that you can actually support us is off of the YouTube platform on Patreon. But if you want to help us out just how you can right now, spam the like button, and also leave an arbitrary comment about anything at all. I'm serious about the breakfast thing. If you have any good breakfast ideas, post those. I want to read them. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and you guys have a good day.